Thank you so much for attending this presentation. I'm BlueEighthNote, and this is the analysis of Love Live Superstar Season 2 ending. While the intended audience for this video is for fans who've watched the entire second season of Superstar, stay tuned because anyone may still enjoy this video. So, what is the big deal about Season 2? Well, for starters, 4 new members were just added to Liella. I will not touch on the controversy surrounding the issue yet, but just realize that the ending of the last episode made some fans really confused to say the least. Spoiler warning, by the way. This presentation will proceed to spoil the anime. You've been warned. Let's go through the timeline a little bit. You see, episode 11 ends with Chisato suggesting that Kanon should chase her dreams and study abroad in Vienna. Kanon eventually had her heart open up after a few moments with Margarete-chan and Liella showing support for endeavors. After all that stuff, Kanon stated her desire to study abroad to the chairwoman. And so, she submitted her application. And then after some more montage stuff, Liella went on to win the finals. All seems to be good. Except the ending. Margaret, with her Yuiga uniform on, showed up at the school gate, informing Kanon that her study plan abroad has been cancelled. Kanon was left speechless, and then the episode just ends right there and it cuts into the ending song. So, what's happening? We actually don't know. Because, first of all, Arya and Mom just don't even open the mail. Mom said she couldn't read German, and Arya is just trying to get her dad over there. We don't actually know what is in the mail yet, other than this cover. Let's take a little look. First, it says Wien, which is just Vienna. Don't get confused with this character. The other part is just, well, this is just filler text, like Notenschlüssel. And there's an icon on the French horn. And letter is for Miss Kanon Shibuya, and that's really about it. So, I'll be presenting the theory. Please note that I may make mistakes, and that any of these may not be officially canon, so take this with a grain of salt. What do we know so far? First, her plan is cancelled. The mail is from Vienna National Academy of Music. The mail is in German, or at least according to Mom, it is in German. So what do we don't know about them? Like, we don't actually know what else is written in the mail and why Kanon's plan is cancelled because we don't see the contents in it. And that we don't actually know why Kanon was not aware that the plan was just cancelled until Margaret showed up to tell her. And we'll just have to wait until season 3. But before that, you can hear my stupid theories. So let's move on to my theories, shall we? Theory number 1. They can study together. The Academy determined that Wien Margarete should study with Shibuya Kanon. Instead of Kanon having to go to Vienna so that they can study together, why not just let Wien stay in Japan so they can study together? Yes, this sounds ridiculously dumb, but I think, judging by lovelive anime scriptwriters' logic, this could actually happen. It's like a win-win situation, except Kanon doesn't get into the school that she wanted. Meh. Anyways, here's the next theory. Theory number 2. Whoops, idols are not popular in Vienna. The Academy assumed that Margaret likes school idols, I mean she has a track record for it, thereby determining their best course of action. Margaret seems to like idol music, but school idols are not popular in Europe yet. Why study in Vienna when you can study in Japan meeting your favorite school idols? Oh wait, but if Kanon's not in Japan, then Margaret wouldn't be able to screen Shibuya Kanon anymore, so we better let her stay there. That means maybe the Academy assumed that Shibuya Kanon must be her favorite person ever and just say, if Vienna's in Japan and she intends to study in Japan, just let Kanon stay in Japan. Wait. Why the frick is this a thing? Okay, theory number 3. Kanon is not a music student. The school just got confused. The Academy was confused by the school's music department and eventually found that Kanon is not a music class student. We thought Yuiga is an all-music school. Our apologies. Maybe Hatsuki-ren has a better chance of succeeding in our program. I mean, to the Academy, Yuiga looks to be a really confusing school at the start. It used to be a music school until it becomes a music school plus general school, and they kind of operate separately until in season 2, the students are able to share the resources. I think the Academy in Austria could be really confused by the anime scriptwriters' writing. Yeah, I think that's about it. Before we move on to the last theory though, I do have to give a shout out to this one. It managed to make more sense than my other 3 bullshit theory. Basically, just fuck this. I don't actually like going to Vienna anymore. I want to stay in Japan because I like Kanon. So, let's move on to the last theory. Theory number 4, Margaret's coercion. The Academy was threatened by Margaret to not accept Shibuya Kanon into the program. We can theorize that Margaret seems perfectly knowledgeable of the whole situation. If I can't enter the Academy, Kanon shouldn't be able to enter either. And then the Academy managed to actually reject Kanon because Margaret is not accepted into the Academy. And then, of course, proceeded to enter Yuigaoka because she perfectly passes the language requirements needed to enter a Japanese high school. Let's face it, Wien Margaret's Japanese is really good. It doesn't even sound like a foreigner. So if she has such a high command in the Japanese language, that definitely means that she can study in Japan just fine. Yeah, I think that's about it. Why did I make this video? Because I feel like there has to be an explanation for this, so I try to come up with some bullshitting. What do I hope for season 3? Well, first, Liella wins finals again. Next up is just, I hope Saku-chan the best for her first anime appearance at Tomari-chan. Thank you for listening to this presentation.